Alexa, start my flash briefing.
Here's your news. From Power Prosperity Flash Briefing by Randy Gage.
Hey, it's Randy Gage, and you're listening to the Power Prosperity Podcast. Welcome to my acid trip on the Las Vegas Strip. Also known as the second annual tribal event, which is where I'm coming to you from today. This is now day 3 of the event. And it's this mind-blowing experience, not just for the attendees who think I created it for them, but for me, who I really created the event for. Because I believe in the old adage, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need a new room. And, who do you have around you to challenge you? And who do you have around to make you think? And I had this vision a couple of years ago for a really special event. For my circle of influence is predominantly authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, political leaders, thought leaders in different genres. And that's very intentional. That didn't happen by accident. I enjoy being around those type of thinkers, and I actually spend a lot of time thinking about what I think about and thinking about what I want to think about and thinking about how the people around me think and thinking about how I can nurture and incubate an environment of critical thinkers, possibility thinkers, lateral thinkers, innovative thinkers, controversial thinkers, but most importantly, mindful thinkers around me, in my orbit, in my universe. And this event was kind of one way that I did that, because I thought, I really want an event for people. I think I need an event for people who want to change the world, people who are influencers. How do we do that, right? Because if you're principally a writer like I am, I write books, and then I want those books to go out into the world. I want people to read them. It isn't about selling them. It isn't about that they bought the book. I want them to read the book, right? There's a lot of fascinating research on the percentage of books which are bought, and never finished, and even higher books that are bought that are never even cracked open once and read. And that would be a tragedy to me, right? So, but you don't want to be. So I think when you get to this point where you get to your life and you say, hey, okay, I've got a certain level of success. I'm looking for significance. I'm looking to make a difference. Whether you are running for president, as some people I know are, or you are an author, or you give keynote speeches. You say, I really do want to make a difference, but you face this dilemma of, okay, so, writing a book seems to be the easy part. That's when the real work begins, which is how do we get people to read this book? How do we support the publisher and get this information out in the universe? And we all know people like this, that they turn into PR hacks, and the very existence is promoting themselves at all time, and they go to every networking event and they only talk about themselves and they only talk about their work, and these are just abrasive people to be around, because you just feel like they're pitching you all the time. And if you're an author like I am, you say, well, I don't ever want to become one of those people, but I want to get my work out there. I want my work to have the optimal, maximum impact. And so I created the tribal event for that. So it's really, it's my favorite week of the year. So we've got people here this year from Australia, Slovenia, Germany, Colombia, Brazil, I don't know, some other places. And it's just UK, and just a really we're this amazing eclectic group of people, because some are authors, some are coaches, some are speakers, others are kind of startup innovators, but they all have this shared desire to influence and build a tribe, and that's why it's called the tribal event, because that's really what I focus on for 4 days with you, like 14, 16 hours a day, on how do you nurture, how do you attract and then nurture a tribe. And so there's some really amazing thinking that goes on. I do a lot of interactive hot seats and things like that, and we're thinking about the way we think a lot. And I just believe that would be a really good exercise for you today. It's the weekend. This is one of those bonus episodes of the podcast. And of course, we're always talking about the principles of prosperity. Excuse me, but one of the things I think that hurts people's prosperity and could be hurting your prosperity is you don't have enough thinking time. You don't have enough unplugged time. I love these amazing devices we call smartphones. This podcast I'm giving you right now is recorded on one. They have transformed our lives in miraculous ways. But if you remember, there was an episode a few weeks ago where I told you the best advice you're ever going to get from me is that at night you turn off that phone, plug it in the charger, and do it in a room that's different than the one you go to sleep in. The other thing I would say is to build on that advice on what will help you develop your best prosperity is to set aside, to literally schedule unplugged time. Because we all need time with ourselves. We all need time with our thoughts. And when you carry around that cell phone every minute of every day, I don't think you recognize how much of that time alone with your thoughts that you give away and you never get back. If you read my Mad Genius book, you know I schedule thinking time every week, at least 45 minutes blocked off in my planner, that there's no laptop, there's no email, there's no phone, there's no distraction. I just think. And some of my greatest prosperity breakthroughs come in those times. And it comes in the time where I'm walking on the beach without a phone, where I'm just in the batting cage, hitting ball after ball after ball without a phone, where I'm alone with my thoughts. So that's what I'm going to challenge you to do this weekend, is set aside some time, unplug, and be alone with your thoughts and see where that takes you. And then hit me up on Twitter and let me know what comes out of it. All right, go on. Have an amazing weekend. Love you guys. Peace. Hey, thanks for listening to the Power Prosperity Podcast. Do me a favor and practice the circulation law of prosperity and tell people about Prosperity TV. So if you would, just put something up on your Tumblr, your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube. Let people know what you think of the Power Prosperity Podcast.
even take a screenshot of your phone and maybe post that picture so we can build the community here at the podcast. Thanks, guys.